Hey guys, John from the John Muir Show here, and you know how police body cameras have come in really handy a number of times for a number of different reasons in recent years? Well, the latest way that those cameras were able to come in handy is they were able to prove that somebody who was crying wolf on racism, in fact, was, crying wolf, that the story that she was trying to sell, didn't happen exactly how she was telling it. So the story actually happened in the state of Virginia, but involved a South Carolina woman. Her name is Dawn Hilton Williams. She was pulled over by an officer for allegedly going 70 miles an hour in a 55-mile-an-hour zone. I mean, as somebody who's gotten a couple speeding tickets in my life, it seems like the kind of thing that a police officer will pull you over for. And as soon as he had approached the car, right away, she was claiming in a Facebook Live video that she had posted after the encounter with the officer ended that he immediately became hostile towards her, and it was all because she's an African American. This cop, like so many other cops, according to her, when they encounter an African American, they treat them incredibly poorly because they don't care for them, because, again, goes back to the typical leftist narrative, all law enforcement officers are a bunch of racists, and the only thing they see is the color of a person's skin. Heck, they love getting up in the morning and going out the door thinking, I wonder what black people I can bully today, because apparently, according to the left, that's what every police officer in this country thinks. I don't know if they have any exceptions for the fact that there's countless African American police officers. That one usually doesn't fit the narrative, so we try and avoid that if we're the American liberals today. So anyways, this woman's just talking about the entire time she's being so polite to the officer. Doesn't matter how kind she is. He continues to berate her. He continues to be mean to her. There was no winning with this guy. And just saying that, hey, you know, none of my white friends out there, oh, you wouldn't understand because cops are always nice to you. Really remembering the fact that when white people commit crimes or when white people speed, as has been the case with me, you tend to get pulled over, and the law enforcement officers tend to give out some form of discipline, not caring if you're white, black, brown, yellow, red, you name it. But for this woman, she was just sticking straight to the script, going with her narrative, talking about this, and she gives this nice tear-filled performance that everybody's supposed to feel so bad for her about. And then we see the police body camera footage that was released on this, and it paints a little bit different of a picture. You see, according to everything that we were able to see and hear, what actually had happened is the man went up there and he was polite throughout the entire conversation, referring to her as ma'am, being very respectful in his tone, going out of his way to explain to her her rights and what it is she needs to do if she plans to contest the ticket. He was being totally fine, like the majority of cops are, because as we talk about, yes, there are a few bad apples in law enforcement, and it's incredibly unfortunate to see. But for the most part, most of the people who work in law enforcement are selfless. They are giving up their own safety because you know how law enforcement's come under attack, that they're going to be called names, that they're going to be physically attacked. In some cases, they are killed while they're sitting there eating their lunch or pumping their gas. Because there are so many people here, the Black Lives Matter and Antifas of the world that the left loves to praise, they are domestic terrorist groups, and they target cops on a regular basis. So for police officers, most of them, despite all that, because they are selfless and they love their community, they go out and defend it with honor on a daily basis. And it looks like this cop that was in question here, he was doing his job just like so many others of his brothers and sisters do as well. But yet he still gets called a racist. Yet he still gets attacked. Yet he still gets just put on blast in this video that went viral on social media, even though he did nothing wrong. It is absolutely despicable. I, for one, am sick and tired of this war on cops that we've been seeing in recent years because it is totally unjustified. And I know I have tens of millions of my American brothers and sisters who 100% agree with me on this, that this is absolutely unnecessary. So quite frankly, to Miss Hilton Williams, because you cannot appreciate that sacrifice that law enforcement makes, because you cannot appreciate that this officer was just doing his job, that he did nothing wrong to you, that he treated you with respect, congratulations, you are the latest inductee to our Ingrate Hall of Fame, because you do not appreciate the service that police and sheriff's officers and law enforcement throughout this country provide. Yep, you definitely deserve this one. Congratulations, you're in the hallowed halls with people like Colin Kaepernick. You should be incredibly proud, actually ashamed. That is all that we have for today, but tune in to the John Muir Show each and every weekday morning on WTAQ, WHBL, and WSAU, at John Muir WTAQ on Twitter and Facebook to follow all my thoughts all the time. Till next time, I'm out.